What's going on, everybody? Asa here. Just thought I'd drop in and give you guys an out-of-box review on the new MyFit crown liner. This is just to give a little information for those who are curious, but then also to hopefully answer some questions and give a little bit of buying power to those who are actually looking to purchase these. I had a lot of trouble finding information on these liners before I bought them, but they looked like they would suit the needs I was looking for in terms of remedying issues I had with one of my setups. So I gambled and I bought them. So the purpose of this is just to kind of give a little bit more in-depth information on the features of the liner and to give a little bit more confidence into anybody who's looking to actually purchase these. They're 90 bucks, so it's not chump change exactly. You want to make sure that you know what you're getting when you buy something. So just kind of do my part to help people be happy in their skating and confident in their purchasing. So I'll be doing a bit of comparison to MyFit Fat Boys. That's kind of what I was looking for. I was really hoping that these would essentially be a more full liner version to the Fat Boy. Fat Boy is a thin profile liner kind of designed for downsizing. But this is a proper full liner. So where you've got downsizing liners with the Fat Boy, Spec Ops, things like that. This is more along the lines of a Phoenix or a Blank or Jug, I would assume. I've actually never skated Jugs, but they look pretty beefy. So this is the two. So right out the gate, you can see just a lot more material in the liners. There's a lot more. These are super comfy and squishy and soft, and with that, they feel fantastic like a sock. They don't have dick for support, and even worse for shock absorption. So I'll just kind of get into that right out the gate for features. So starting with the heel pad, Fat Boys have zero heel pad, absolutely none. And so if you skate in a shell like the USD7, which I do, those also have no shock absorption whatsoever. So if you want to jump off of anything higher than 3 feet without killing yourself, you need some kind of shock absorption. So what I was doing, this sort of a double whammy, was this being a downsizing liner and me being on the higher end of the spectrum. I wear a 9 on the dot. So this being a size 9, I fit into a size 9 shell with a size 9 liner perfectly. But with the downsizing liner, that actually leaves a lot of extra space in my shells. So I needed to fill that out. I would actually use this like an athletic insole, and that would both fill the liner out or fill the shell out more, and then also give me some shock absorption. So that's not needed with these. It's built in, which is awesome. If you have a skate that has shock absorption, like an SL, fuck it, take it off. It's Velcro. It's really good Velcro. You can just take it right off and use them in a different skate, which is what I'm going to do, because these are going to my tribes. So that's right out the gate, really dope. It's really good Velcro too. That's not going to be sliding around. I thought that was really clever of them. Footbeds, the bane of rollerblading liner. People skimp on footbeds all the time. It's so infuriating. Everyone does it. MyFit does it. Just comparing these two right here. This is the one that comes in the Fat Boy. It's about as bare bones as you get. It's like Payless shoe foam with some different colored softer foam, and then this pretty shitty heel pad, and that's your footbed. It's pretty shit. The one that comes with the crown is actually reminiscent of the one that comes in the liners for the Carbon 4s or the Demetrius George Thrones. It's a much better foam with more supportive. Actually has more function to it. Actually, looks like it actually comes from a performance, product. It's got this gel hex pad on the back that just gives a lot more absorption and cushion. These footpads are awesome. I actually have these in a pair of my Phoenixes that I'm running in, I believe, my Thrones. So when you have too many skates, you don't know what's in what. So out the gate with these heel pads, and then, or excuse me, your footbeds and this heel pad, more than enough absorption for anything you need. Okay, awesome. So onto the liner itself. Material is pretty much neoprene throughout, which I thought was awesome. I mean, it's literally the same exact material as the Fat Boys. The toes are exactly the same. Big difference is here you have this one solid piece of rubbery plastic stuff. With the Crown, it's a sewn liner, but then the whole footbed is actually neoprene, which is, I think that's badass. It's very possible this might wear over time, but I think if you just take care of them and, you know, put maybe like a protector in your shell, it shouldn't be a problem. But I have wide feet, so this remedies a concern of mine. That's always kind of how liners fit. So you get that full liner like a Phoenix, but you get a nice soft toe box, and that goes all throughout. Next is actually this part here, which is like a leather. That's just going to add some support, but then also durability to the liner. With the Fat Boys, you know, this wears eventually. Mine look really crispy because I have too many pairs of damn skates, and so I don't skate any particular one skate for terribly long. So they all look pretty fresh still, but I have friends who roll these and this wears down eventually. Not super fast. They actually last pretty long considering how delicate, I guess, this liner is. So that goes through all the way. Then you've got the cuff bolt protectors. That's on these as well, but something I thought that was really cool is the shape of this, and that's for when you stuff it into the skate. The cuff bolts will actually catch here instead of like fucking up the side of the liner like they would with these, but they're super soft. They thought that through, this being a firmer, stiffer liner. This happens, I'll show you. So it happened a lot of times on Phoenix. Again, these are pretty crispy. But you can see here, that's where they'll start to rub on the cuff bolts when you slide them in there, and that will wear eventually. These are leather, but on something neoprene, it's going to rip them off pretty much instantaneously. So they thought that ahead, which I thought was really cool. Next, if you look, you've got these little beads. These are rubber grip beads, and it actually goes all the way around. And that's just to hug the inside of your shell to eliminate heel lift and just give a nice firm fit of the liner into the shell. So that's really cool. The tongue and the cuff itself is actually made of the same foam, very supportive. You can just pinch it and you get like this really cool like memory foam feel to it. Very high quality, feels super supportive. Lacing system, this is great. You have 2 main eyelets here and then one here built into the boot, and then you have 2 additional ones with this strap here, and that's what I'll kind of touch on a little bit. This is removable, but there's actually, this kind of dictates how supportive the liner is. And there's actually 3 levels to it. So if you see right here, this is actually a little bar, and there's little inserts here, plastic. So that will give you an element. If you don't want that support, you can take those out and just have the strap. So this is 1 level. You take these out, that's a 2nd level. And then if you don't want it off, so you fuck it, you take the whole thing off, that's a 3rd level. And now you have a little bit more of a malleable cuff that's going to give you substantially more flex. That's actually done in the tongue as well. I didn't remember them mentioning this in the information I was reading, but you see this little pocket here. There's an insert, and that comes out, and that's just you know, a plastic insert. It's reminiscent of the inserts that go in Triple H shin guards that I have. So when you take that out, now you have a much more malleable, soft liner. Very similar to the Fat Boy, but I would say this probably has equal cushion or equal malleability and flex but substantially more support still because it's much more sturdy foam, which I think is awesome. So as an old head, I'm almost 35. I really, it's important that I have a supportive liner. I'm not trying to get broke off. I got bills to pay and shit to take care of. So it's one of those things that's very important to me, is to have a supportive liner, but I don't want anything too stiff, right? The Phoenix liners are great. They're a pain in the ass to find though, and they're a little narrow for me at the foot box. So this gives me the support that I'm looking for with the flexibility in the toe box. Like I said, these feel like a Fat Boy, but they give you the support of a Phoenix, which I think is awesome. And they're also substantially lighter than the Phoenix. It's quite dope. So that's it, man. If anybody has any questions about anything that I might have missed or didn't cover, please feel free to leave a comment or like hit me up anytime. Just shoot me a message, and I'll be more than happy to answer whatever I can. I'll post a couple pictures about the different skates that I put these in, just to kind of give people an idea of what they would look like in different setups. I generally have mostly USDs, so I put these in a pair of Evo Thrones, a pair of USD 7s, and I put them in my Rollerblade Tribe Solos, which is what I got these for in the first place, and that's the final product there. So yeah, that's it. Like I said, hit me up if you have any questions, and yeah, hopefully that gives you enough information you can make a legitimate decision on if it's a liner for you that you want to purchase. Other than that, keep skating, be safe. Peace.